How are you today, Lee?
Good. Fighting fit, are we?
Mate, I am actually.
Have you thawed out?
You thawed out from this morning. Ice cubes on my feet.
My word. Glad we didn't wake up at Liweenie.
Oh, minus 12.6?
Yeah.
Wow.
Something like that.
Off the charts.
Anyway, how are you? What do you got for us this week? You've just actually got some info across your desk this morning.
Something just come across my desk and I
itching
thought,
to share with us.
People would love to hear about this. I'll just ask you, Lee, where do you reckon is the most unaffordable city in the world?
In the world?
Yeah.
Oh, look, my mind goes straight to somewhere in the US, but I'm probably completely wrong.
It's Hong Kong.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah, you've got it takes up
on the wrong side of the globe.
Oh, mate, it's way off the charts. Median price to income ratio. So, in other words, you've got a 16.7 times your yearly wage.
I just blinked.
16.7.
My jaw dropped to the desk and I blinked. What?
But number two's in Australia.
No way.
Sydney.
Yeah, well, I'd believe that.
13.8.
Sheesh. Bit of a gap there between Sydney and Hong Kong, though.
It is. And then we go Vancouver, San Jose, Los Angeles, Honolulu. Melbourne comes in number 7. So what that points out to me...
to be proud of? I don't know.
Oh, well, what that points out to me is we live in a wonderful part of the world.
Yep.
When it's all boiled down, housing and property here is seriously affordable.
Yep.
When you compare it to that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But I thought that was very interesting. I just saw it before we chatted.
Well, you got that off your chest. What have you actually come in for today?
Well, we're going to talk about what's the difference between a comparison and competition.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm all ears.
I see your face. You're looking inquisitive. So in my 22 years of property experience, the confusion around what is a comparison and what is competition, and that's when the time comes to work out what your home is worth, continues to inhibit the thought processes of vendors, that is prospective home sellers.
Right.
Now, before a prospective home seller even hits the go button to seek out an agent to help them with the sale of their property, they're already researching. They're researching the market to get an idea of how much they might end up with when their home's sold. It's a natural thing to do.
Natural, yep.
I've asked many vendors how much we are hoping to achieve, only to hear on some occasions, oh, we've got no idea. Red button, bow. Sorry, that's BS. Every vendor has some idea, if not at least an expectation.
Oh, we haven't really thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You have.
Don't feed me that, I'm sorry. But they've got an expectation and on how much they really want for their home. So one of the most important roles that the agent is going to play is that of investigator. Now, to find out if the market, that's the buyers, agree with the vendor's expectations and attracted to the value proposition being expressed. We're there to find out what the market thinks, what they see the value as. So one of the biggest mistakes vendors make is to use the competition as comparisons to determine how much their home is worth.
That's what I would do. It's just something it's sort of like secondhand nature.
Listen in, you'll see that you're actually doing yourself an injustice.
Right, okay.
So let's define the two first. Number one, a comparison is a recently sold property with similar attributes. So hear that? Recently sold with similar attributes, location, land size. Now, attributes, I mean similar number of bedrooms, same number of bedrooms, bathrooms, car accommodation, living space, and quality of finishes. And it must have sold at least within the last 3 to maybe 6 months, but I like to work around the last 3 months. Recency. How recent is that sale?
Yeah, well, you can't go off the stats from 10 years ago, can
you? You can't. You just can't do it.
Wish we could.
Yeah.
When it comes to being a buyer, not
I've
a seller.
I've had people say, yeah, but 2 years ago I had a value here and said it was worth this.
That was 2 years ago, mate.
That's 2 years ago. I'm sorry. The other one, competition. Competition is a similar home or homes that are currently on the market, unsold, with similarities to the vendor's home as per the comparisons.
Right, I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
Yeah, so they're not sold. So comparisons, sold. Competition, unsold. So the massive difference is that the competition is unsold, as I said, even though there is a price or price guide on it, that is no indication whatsoever where the final price will come in at. We don't know. So Comparisons are a clear indication of what the market is prepared to pay for a home similar to yours. Now, I've lost count of the number of conversations I've had with prospective and current vendors that go like this. Me. Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, based on what's been selling and buyer behaviour at the moment, and keeping in mind your expectations, would you agree that your home sits in that, say, low to mid 600 bracket? The vendor. Well, there's a house around the corner in Jones Street, and they've got 695,000 on it.
Then what do you say?
Well, do you believe it's similar in its attributes to yours? And the vendor says, well, sort of. It's got 4 bedrooms like us, but we've got that beautiful bird bath in the yard surrounded by the pink lattice. Okay, I understand. Pink lattice is all the go at the moment. However,
I don't think that's in the search field, is it, when you're looking for a property?
Some of the things people get excited about, but we'll move on. I understand. However, Jones Street hasn't sold yet. If it's got a contract or offer on it, I just don't know. I'm unaware of that. So do you know how long it's been on the market? Vendor. Oh, I think it's been on for about 5 or 6 months.
Red flag.
Me, red flag, yes. Now, that's a fair while to be on the market, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, when average days on the market in this area is about 45. So that's about a month and a half. So why do you think they've been on the market for so long? Crickets, chirp, chirp. Could they have overpriced it?
Well, it's definitely not underpriced, that's for sure.
Yeah, maybe. They could have overpriced it. So it's important to know your competition and what other homes like yours buyers are going to look at. But is overpricing any home a good strategy at the moment or at any time? The vendor, yeah, we don't want to be hanging around for months on end. And that's what you don't want, everybody. I say it. You don't want to be hanging around. The lesson here is that comparisons matter and the competition needs to be noted and not to distract you.
Interesting. Always learn something each week with a Peak Inside. We're up to episode 68, would you believe?
This is number 68.
Yeah, crazy.
And more to come.
Beautiful. Love it. All right, quick market update before you go.
All right, one of our homes of the week last week, 13 Nichols Street, Ulverston. We had 13 viewings in the first 3 days.
Well, that doesn't sound like it's going to sit in the market for 6 months, does
Mate,
it?
it's gone.
Oh, okay.
Under offer for a great price.
Nice.
So what that tells me is buyers are beginning to throw off the winter blues. Quality homes that represent great value are already attracting genuine buyers.
Yep. And what do you reckon is going to happen in our market locally in the foreseeable future? Get your crystal ball out.
Can you hear it warming up, cranking up? I foresee an increase in stock coming to the market in late August, early September. So that's more homes coming to the market. So if you are serious about selling, I really need you to listen to this. Now might be the time to avoid a lot of competition and ensure the competition is between the buyers on your place.
I like it. Okay, if you are thinking about putting yourself or your property on the boil, make sure you enlist your trusted real estate agent. It could be you or someone that you know.
Yeah, it could be anyone.
Yep.
But have a look at us. We do the right thing.
And where can we find all of your credentials and info?
Go to our website, ulverstonrealestate.com, or just give me a buzz on 0400 180 515, and we're on Facebook and Instagram.
And that's this week's Peak Inside. Craig Keppel at Ulverston Real Estate. Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Lee.